Good morning all. I am Akanksha Sadhya, Faculty of Pharmacy. Today we will be discussing on the topic classification of organic compounds. Before going on to the classification, let us see what is an organic compound. When initially the organic compounds were discovered, their definition was said to be as those compounds which are obtained directly or indirectly from the living organisms. And living organisms includes plants and animals. If we see the examples, oils, protein, sugar, etc. On the other hand, inorganic compounds were those compounds which were extracted from the non-living sources, mainly from the earth's crust, right? Which was like NaCl, calcium sulfate, etc. But we have to focus on the organic compound. So, in 1815, a scientist named Berzelius gave his hypothesis. In 1815, Berzelius gave his hypothesis, which is also known as the vital force theory. What was this hypothesis about? Berzelius stated that there is some nature's mysterious forces which operates on these living organisms, that means on plants and animal, and under the influence of these mysterious forces, the plant and animal produce organic compounds. And he clearly stated that this mysterious force cannot be artificially generated. Hence, according to this hypothesis, if we talk in a short manner, he said that according to this hypothesis, in a short manner, he said that organic compound cannot be artificially prepared. They are only naturally occurring. But this hypothesis was overruled in 1828 by the scientist Frederick Wöhler, who synthesized the first man-made organic compound, which was, yes, that was urea. He synthesized urea from the inorganic compounds. Which was that inorganic compound? It was ammonium cyanate. He took ammonium cyanate and synthesized the first man-made organic compound, that was urea. After the synthesis of urea, the hypothesis given by Berzelius was overruled, and it was made clear that the organic compound can be synthesized from the inorganic compound in the laboratory. After this synthesis, many more syntheses took place, like Kolbe synthesized acetic acid and so on. So after all these, a new definition came, that was new definition of organic compound came. What was it? It was those compounds which contains carbon and hydrogen in majority and sub-elements like nitrogen, sulfur, oxygen, halogens, etc. in trace amount. So after the synthesis of urea, the new definition was given, that is also called as modern time definition. That was those compounds which contain carbon and hydrogen in majority, that means in more amount, and other elements like nitrogen, sulfur, oxygen, halogen in traces amount. This was the definition given. So let us see some example of organic compounds, right? So CH4, is this an organic compound? Yes, it is. Why? Because it has carbon, it has hydrogen. The name of this organic compound is methane. Is carbon monoxide an organic compound? Because it has carbon, but it does not have hydrogen, right? It has only carbon, so this is not an organic compound. Similarly, CO2, carbon dioxide, is not an organic compound. Now, the question comes, is CCl4, is CCl4, that is carbon tetrachloride, is this an organic compound? My question to you is CCl4 is an organic compound? Give a second and think about it. If you say yes, this is an organic compound, but it does not have hydrogen, how come? In this case, we said that carbon monoxide is not an organic compound because it does not have hydrogen. Same, this also does not have hydrogen, but we know that carbon tetrachloride is an organic compound. How come? Let us see. So, if I take an organic compound, that is, we know that methane is an organic compound because it has carbon and hydrogen. If I take methane and I react it with 4 molecules of chlorine, we will get carbon tetrachloride plus 4HCl. How this carbon tetrachloride is produced? With the reaction of methane and chlorine atoms, right? So can I say that CCl4 is derived from CH4? Yes or not? है ना? CH4 से हमने CCl4 derive किया, synthesize किया. So if I modify the previous given definition, which was those compounds which contain carbon and hydrogen in majority and sub-elements like nitrogen, phosphorus, sulfur in minority, was stated as organic compound. But if I modify this definition as organic compounds are those compounds which are hydrocarbons or derived from hydrocarbons. The word derived plays a very important role. Why? Because derived, we have seen how this derived plays an important role. Organic compounds are those which are hydrocarbons. What are hydrocarbons? If we take a little note that what is hydrocarbon? Hydrocarbons are the compounds which contain only carbon and hydrogen. So methane is an hydrocarbon, right? And these are of two types. Hydrocarbons are of two types. As you all know that hydrocarbons are of two types. Saturated, right, and unsaturated. Saturated hydrocarbons means when the bonding between the carbon atom is single bond. And unsaturated hydrocarbons are those in which the bonding between the carbon atom is either a double bond or a triple bond. Okay, so moving back to the definition, those compounds which are hydrocarbons or derived from hydrocarbons. Now this definition stands true for CCl4, right? Because CCl4 is derived from CH4. So if somebody asks you about the definition of organic compound, you have to add this word because this will complete the definition. I hope the definition of organic compound is clear. Now moving on to the classification. Okay, right. So why we need to classify the compounds? Because There's not only there are organic compounds cannot be counted, like there are millions of compounds. So we need to classify them. We have to put these compounds in certain categories, right? That's why classification is required. So the organic compounds are mainly classified on the basis of two, that is functional group and structures, right? So today we will be seeing the classification on the basis of structure. Get it? Okay. So let us start. So let us start the classification on the basis of structure. So the organic compound is broadly classified into two categories. What are they? Acyclic or open chain organic compounds, and second is cyclic or closed chain organic compounds. So first we will say acyclic or open chain organic compounds. As the name clearly suggests that if we bifurcate this word from here, cyclic means cycle, A means no cycle. That means acyclic compounds are those compounds which are either a straight chain, long straight chain compound or a branch chain compound, right? For example, N-butane. This is a straight chain compound, right? And this is isobutane, or you can say 2-methyl propane, right? So this is a branch chain, this is a straight chain. So acyclic compounds are those compounds which are long chain or branch chain. The bonding may be double or single bond, right? These are also known as aliphatic compounds, right? So if somebody asks you what is the definition of aliphatic compounds, same. Those compounds which are either long straight chain or branch chain. These are aliphatic compounds. Get it? Now moving towards the cyclic or closed chain compounds. As the name suggests, cyclic means when atoms are present in the form of cycle or they form a ring. Okay. It is further classified into two. What are it? That is homocyclic. It is further classified into homocyclic and heterocyclic. Homo means, again, see, in chemistry it is very easy. If you break the words, the definition gets clear itself, right? Homo means same, cycle means ring. That means homocyclic compounds are those compounds which contain the ring of carbon atoms only, right? And hetero means होता है different, right? It means different. That means heterocyclic compounds are those compounds which contain one or more than one different atoms in the ring. Okay, let us see some example. For example, let us take some examples. There is furan, right? As we can see that there are 4 carbons, right? It is a carbon, 3, 4. But other than carbon, one more atom is present, that is oxygen. That is why it is kept in the category of heterocyclic. One more example, if we say, if I remove an oxygen and write S here, it becomes thiopene, right? Again, along with the carbon atom, sulfur atom is also present. That is why these are known as heterocyclic compounds. Get it? Now again moving towards the homocyclic compounds. See, I will make this word more clear to you. Homocyclic is also known as carbocyclic compounds. Now I think so it becomes more clear, right? Homo, now given homo word is carbo. Carbo means carbon. Carbon cycle. That means the molecule contains the ring of carbon atoms only. Okay. So are we clear till here? Let me rub this. Now this homocyclic or carbocyclic is again further classified into two. That is, first is alicyclic compound and second is aromatic compounds. Now what is alicyclic compounds? Don't get confused with alicyclic and acyclic. Acyclic means no cycle, no ring, right? Alicyclic means when 3 or more than 3 carbon atoms are present in the ring, right? For example, cyclopropane, cyclobutane, है ना? How many carbons are there? 1, 2, 3, or you can say 1, 2, 3. That is that cyclo. Why? Because it is in the form of ring. If we take here, it's 1, 2, 3, 4. Cyclobutene. Why? Because there is unsaturation, right? So alicyclic compound is also known as aliphatic cyclic compounds. है ना? We know what is aliphatic. Aliphatic means straight chain carbon atoms only with saturated or unsaturated straight chain or branch chain, and we have added cyclic to it. That means carbon atoms with a ring structure. So alicyclic compounds are those compounds which are present in the form of ring, and the saturation and the bond may be unsaturated or saturated. Now if we talk about the aromatic compounds, see, usually we say that aromatic compounds are those compounds which have benzene ring. No, this is not correct definition of aromatic compounds. See, aromatic compounds are those compounds which have aroma. If you see this word is derived from a Greek word, right? Aroma, which means sweet smell. That means a smell which is liked by us all, right? Fragrance, right? So aromatic compounds have their characteristic smells, right? It is not at all necessary that they contain a benzene ring, right? Why? Because I think so it will be clear after seeing this. Benzoate and non-benzoate. So aromatic compound is classified into a benzoate compound and non-benzoate compound. Benzoate aromatic compounds are those compounds which have at least one carbon ring. Aromatic benzoate compounds are those which have at least one benzene ring. That means this is a benzene ring. If we say the definition of benzene ring, it's a 6-membered carbon ring with alternate double and single bond, right? Why? Because there are 6 carbon. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay? So benzene is the 6-membered cyclic ring with alternate double and single bond, right? This is also written like this due to resonance. We all know, right? Now if I go for more example, if I add one more benzene ring, this will become naphthalene. If I fuse one more benzene ring, it will become anthracene. Okay, so these were the aromatic benzoate compounds in which the benzene rings are fused. If we take the non-fused benzene ring, like this is biphenyl. If I add one more benzene ring, it is terphenyl. Okay, so this is the example of benzoate aromatic compound. Now talking about non-benzoate. as the word non suggests not, nahi hai benzene ring. That is, non-benzoic aromatic compounds are those compounds which does not contain benzene ring in the structure. So why it is kept under the category of aromatic compounds? Why? Because they have the characteristic aroma and shows the aromaticity due to the conjugated pi system, right? Pi electron system. These are either 5 or 7 membered ring. If we see the example, right? How many carbons are there? Let us see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, there are 7 carbon in this ring, right? If I fuse one cyclopentane ring and if I do the numbering again, it will be like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Double bond, double bond, double bond, double bond, double bond. See, so this is the example of non-benzoic aromatic compound, and what is the name of the compound? It is azulene. So azulene is also the aromatic compound which does not contain benzene ring but show the aromaticity, hence kept under the category of aromatic compound. I hope this classification is clear to you all. Thank you.